In order to go home, or to have a home to go to, you need to have a foundation. In QuickBooks, the foundation is called the company file. It's the basis on which everything else, all of the activities and all of your data is stored, organized, and the way that you access it. In this lesson, what we'll do is have you open an existing company file as well as create a brand new one from scratch. So that way you can create your home the way it needs to be to run your business the way it needs to be run. Since the company file is really the basis for everything that you do in QuickBooks, you need to open the company file before you can do anything else. If you already have an existing company file, for example, if someone else has created it, or if you created it earlier and you need to access it again, you can access it in a couple of different ways. One way is to actually work through the Windows operating system. Open up Explorer, find the folder, double-click the file. If it has a QBW file extension, then it will recognize it as part of QuickBooks and it will go ahead and open the software as well as the file itself. If you haven't done that, then you'll probably see the welcome screen once again. Remember, anytime you don't have a file open in QuickBooks, you'll see the No Company Open window, reminding you that you need to do that. There is a recently used file list, and I need to take a few minutes just to talk about this. You really should not be working with multiple companies. That is, of course, unless you have multiple companies or if you're an accountant and you're managing companies on behalf of another person. If, for example, you have a not-for-profit portion of your business as well as a for-profit version, then you need to keep those in two separate sets of books. But I think you can see how having multiple sets of books for the normal average business probably means that bad things are going on. We only should have one set of books and therefore one file. So your particular circumstances may require you to have more than one. We're going to go ahead and open an existing file, not using the existing file list, but instead moving to the bottom and clicking on Open or Restore an Existing Company. When you give this option a click, it opens a dialog box and asks you if you want to open a company file. That's a regular file that ends in QBW, or you can restore a backup copy, which we'll talk about later, and also portable files. Portable files end in the QBM, stands for QuickBooks Mobile File Extension. We're looking for the first one, so we'll keep it right where it's at, and we'll click on Next. This, of course, opens your file structure and lets you navigate to wherever your file may be. Mine happens to be in my Chapter 2 sample files, and it's just called Sample Existing Company File. I know it's not too creative, but it gets us where we need to go. I'll go ahead and double-click the file. And the file should open for you in the interface. So all of this is pretty basic, also just like opening any other kind of file. Remember that it's the extension QBW that lets QuickBooks recognize that the file belongs to that particular software. Once you have the company file open, you'll have access to all of the different features you need to either start or continue your work.